Those within Europe count 1 point, DX counts 2. Multipliers are DXCC countries and HQ stations on each band, regardless of mode. The penalty for each verified bad call is a point reduction worth 2 more similar QSOs. Contest period is the full 24 hours and begins precisely at 1200 Zulu.
Radio Mexico 598. Thank you. Who is the Lima Alpha?
Thank you. Oscar Japan 6 Echo. QRZ. Delta Japan 4. Question mark 5918.
Ocean Japan 2 Hotel. Ocean Japan 2 Hotel. Ocean Japan 2 Hotel. Oscar Juliet 5 United. Oscar Japan 1 X-ray. Oscar Japan 1 X-ray. OG 1 X. Oscar Juliet.
Oscar Juliet 4 Mexico.
Oscar Juliet 2 Foxtrot.
Thank you, 5918.
5928.
Oscar Japan 3 Alpha, OJ38 contest.
DH3, thanks. Oscar Juliet 2 Zulu contest.
1 hour into the contest and the powerful Russian team of RA3AUU and RV1AW have a commanding lead, almost 10,000 points ahead of favourites N5TJ and K1TO, who just managed to squeak into the box with about 8k. In second place is Team UK, and right behind them, the Brazilians.
You know, I'm not getting the band map, Fred.
Sorry?
I'm not getting the stuff in the band map.
On you? I'm getting your cues all right. Put a few on 15 now.
Bugger.
UW5Q is the last one I put in on 15. You got them. OJ3R, EC5
Oh, sorry, your band
AFT.
band map's just bigger than mine.
Yeah, mine doesn't time out when you work them.
Over at the QTH of OH2VB, first-time WRTC competitors Ralph N5RZ and Russ K2UA demonstrate that topless is the way to go when it comes to world-class contesting. Maybe that's the secret to staying cool under pressure when trying to snag that difficult multiplier with only 100 watts and a tri-bander.
Ocean Japan 2 Hotel. Ocean Japan 2 Hotel. Oscar Japan 2 Hotel. Roger, Roger, 5918, over. YE2A from Ocean Japan 2 Hotel. Ocean Japan 2 Hotel.
Zulu
Approaching 1600 Zulu, two-time gold medalist Jeff N5TJ and Dan K1TO are the first to power past the 100k mark and into first place under the watchful eyes of referee Dave G4BUO.
He's not hearing me that good. OD5 ought to be loud, isn't he? Oscar Japan 3 America. Getting slow.
You can try to run on 15, but I don't think it's going to work.
Well, I'm almost out of time, so you got one?
It's the DU on 300.
TL2KQ 5918. Is that a good one? Thank you. Oscar Japan 3 Alpha.
It's a DU.
Honolulu Romeo 5918. Frequency, please. Roger. Japan Whiskey Zero Hotel Radio. Thank you for the 1H or 5918.
163.
Can you please QSY to 15 meters? Can you please QSY to 21163? 21163. QSY now. Over.
Great.
Okay, I call you in 1 minute. Thank you. Oscar Japan 3 Alpha.
At about the same time, 4 hours into the contest, Tim, K3LR, and Pat, N9RV, seem to be having trouble cracking pile-ups, and those 100 watts of frustration are beginning to show.
Keep slow.
You don't get
slow.
it.
Take it when you can. Oscar Juliet 4 Mexico. Oscar Juliet 4 Mexico.
The strong Russian pair of RA3AUU and RV1AW had an impressive second-place finish at their first WRTC in Slovenia and are obviously putting in every effort into making it into the top spot this time. Good band strategy and knowledge of local propagation are important elements that make up a winning team, and with extensive experience at the big contest club RU1A in nearby St. Petersburg, these guys have a serious home field advantage over most of the other teams.
Ocean, November 5, November Tango.
15 and T, 5918.
QSL, you 5927.
Roger, Ocean, Juliet 8 Echo.
Also second-time WRTCers, Team Belgium, piloted by Peter ON6TT and Mark ON4WW, is clipping along at a steady pace somewhere near the middle of the pack. Both just flew in from Afghanistan, where they worked together for the United Nations World Food Programme, in between operating as Yankee Alpha 5 Tango.
Pak er nog een keer op 15. Pak er nog een keer op 15. Azië op 20. Pak er nog eerst een keer op 15.
Along with their referee, Eric, K3NA, Peter and Mark are well known as experienced contesters and D-expeditioners. By strange coincidence, these three are all veterans of the same D-expedition spot, but in different decades. Eric in the 80s, Peter in the 90s, and Mark just recently in 2000. 10 points, if you can guess where.
Search and Panzer.
By 9 p.m. local time, the sun is still shining and the TJTO team is still holding on to the lead with almost 200k. On their heels is N6RT and N2NT, who've moved up rapidly in the last 2 hours to take second place, and German partners DL2CC and DL6FBL holding firm at number 3. Back at WRTC headquarters in Espoo, all eyes are on the scoreboard. This experiment in spectator contesting and real-time reporting seems to be working well, much to the delight of the designers who spent months implementing the system. Communication between operators and the ability to rapidly monitor and jump between frequencies is a significant advantage when working multipliers, and radio choice is an important strategic element in this contest. There are many types of rigs here, from the tiny Elecraft K2 kit all the way to the latest top-of-the-line Yaesu, and it's interesting to see what choices have been made by the world's top contesters here at WRTC 2002. The two most common sets seem to be the Yaesu 1000D and 1000MP, and amazingly 85% of all radios being used at WRTC are one of these two models, which says something about the company's commitment to providing contest-grade features. Software choice is also important, especially for keeping the scoreboarding system functioning smoothly. And while the majority of teams were using the tried and tested CT and TR, a notable few were switching over to the newer Windows-based WriteLog, which seems to be catching on faster now that Microsoft is becoming less and less friendly to DOS-based applications. Between 1800 and 1900 Zulu, OJ3T, piloted by the West Siberian team of UA9MA and RZ9UA, is running on 20 CW, which seems to be a solid performer at this hour.
We're about 7 hours in, and they're closing in on 200K, about 885 contacts, and they're holding a rate of 125 an hour. And they seem to be working pretty well together. They haven't killed each other yet, so that's good. All the equipment's working great. The location seems to be working great. Seems to get out really well, and the pile-ups just keep coming. And I predict the top 10 finish for these guys.
But predictions are one thing, and reality is another, as multiplier frustration starts to bite once again.
Oscar Juliet 3 Tokyo. Oscar Juliet 3 Tokyo. Oscar Japan 3 Tokyo. Oscar Juliet 3 Tokyo.